We're back again with perfect players in a singular position, trying to build a nation. And as promised, it's central midfielders and it's Austria. Will the big man Ralph get the job as Austria manager? And can he take them to win a World Cup and a Euros? And can the club teams in Austria go on and win European trophies? And most notably, the Champions League. Let's get into it. We've done it with all sorts of positions. We've done it with centre forwards, we've done it with wingers, we've done it with fullbacks. And we've even done it with centre-backs. And today we're here with central midfielders. But of course, central midfielders is a bit of a grey area in terms of position because they can play defensive midfield or attacking midfield. So all of the players can actually play in all three positions. Therefore, each team has got 3 players. Oops. Go to the shortlist, excuse me. There we go. 3 for each individual team. They're all 6'2". They're all model citizens. They've all got absolute max ability. And of course, all their attributes are frozen. So, in terms of the league season preview, yeah, Salzburg are expected to win it because they've all got exactly the same players at their disposal. However, the Austrian national team being 29th, that will change and that will move almost certainly. The league being 10th will also change almost certainly. Of course, we like to jump forward multiple years at a time in these experiments. So we're going to go 5 years straight off the bat. Because the players are here for 30 years. They're here till 2053. Then they go into Saudi Arabia for a fee of £250 million. Now, the problem is we've noticed in previous experiments that fee doesn't actually go through and they don't actually get the money. So what I've done is, in terms of finances and in terms of income, we've got an equity injection in 2053 of £750 million. So as the players all leave, a big influx of cash is going to come in, which means that the longevity of when we carry this on and we simulate a little bit further, something else might happen and they might start to rebuild their squads because their reputation will be sky high. In theory, because these players will have carried them and hopefully built a nation. Let's go forward 5 years and see how we're getting on. So, as you can see straight away, we've got positional changes. This guy can play on the left wing and he can play right wing back. Other players have been repositioned. I mean, this guy's a bloody right back. Old Linzer centre mid 3. We've got a left back and a centre back here. We can play as a striker bit for this guy. In just 5 years, we're starting to see some serious movement of players in terms of position, which is going to stand us in really good stead going forward for Austria. In terms of the Austrian First Division, well, I was going to say 48th. What's happened there? It's a team that's just been relegated. It's the second division, the Premier Division. So the Premier Division has gone up to 9th. So in 5 seasons, it's only gone up to 9th. Salzburg with 4 and Rapid with 1. Okay. Straight in there, let's have a look at the Conference League. And no one's got to a final or won it. But we've got 2 Europa League finalists back to back, losing, unfortunately, Rapid and Sturm Graz. But straight away, we're starting to see some action happening over here. Nothing's happened in the Champions League. Atletico Madrid winning it in 25-26. Wow. But yeah, nothing's happening yet, but already getting to the final Europa League twice. That's good. I like that. I really like that. In terms of the top goal scorers, central midfielders are the top goal scorers here. They're all represented in the assist charts and in the best player charts. Hey, Silhouette, what's happened? The player's face hasn't loaded. Oh dear. Well, 1 or 2 players' faces haven't loaded. Might have made a mistake. Oh well. You live and learn, don't you? Although I don't know what the mistake is, so I've not learned anything. But, you know, oh, another one there. Loads of them have, though. As you can see here, they're all centre mid. Oh, Martin Satriano actually has burst himself in, the Uruguayan. Everyone else is Austrian. So Austria are now up in 6th. Thomas Tuchel's in charge. Is Ralph not a big enough name now? Because we've not done Ralph Watch for a hell of a long time. Ralph Hasenhüttl, he's over at Al Hilal. He was actually at Austria Vienna for 3 years. We've now got Dejan Stankovic in charge. Ralph Hasenhüttl left after just over 2 years to go to Al Hilal. Is he going to come back to manage Austria? Oh, I bloody hope so. That was the whole point of doing Austria. I could have manually inserted him in, but the simulation's already been done. If I did it now, it'd be pointless because we would have saved it. So, in terms of the Austrian team, then they are up in 6th, as I said. And did they qualify for the Euros? They might not have done. They did, but they got knocked out to Denmark on penalties in the second round after winning the group without conceding a goal. Then lost to Spain twice and drew to Slovenia in their World Cup qualification campaign, but they did win. They did go through to that World Cup, and wow, they won 14-0 here against the Democratic Republic of Congo. A 3-3 draw against France. An absolute barnstorming game. Then a 7-0 win against Saudi Arabia before they dispatched of Netherlands 3-0, Portugal 5-0 and France 3-0 before losing to Spain 3-2. Spain already the bogey side, losing to them in the qualification stages and also losing in the semi-final. Then we got to the World Cup third place playoff where we beat Italy 2-0. So we conceded only in two games in this World Cup. It's against France conceding 3 and against Spain also conceding 3. And we've just absolutely walked the qualification to the Euros. And there we go. Germany, Turkey and Wales is our European Championship group. So we are 5 years in. Let's not mess around. Let's go straight forward another 5 years to 2033. So we've now got a right winger. Anyone else? Any advance? I mean, we had a right back down here, Lindsay, yeah. We have got a centre forward. This guy can play as a centre forward. And I wonder if he is. Well, they play a 4-4-2. So yeah, they've had to squeeze him in up front. And he is playing up front, which is going to be great for Austria themselves. 25 and 33. So yeah, big things are happening. Big things are happening. So the Austrian Premier Division then. Salzburg with 3. Sturm Graz and Lask with the wins. And 7th is where we're at in terms of the Premier Division competition reputation. And look at the entire Championship playoff league as all qualifying for Europe. And do you know what? 2 teams in the bottom half have actually qualified for Europe. So if you look at that, 8 teams of the 12 are going into Europe. 1 Conference League, 2 Europa Leagues. Is that 5 in the Champions League? Does anyone get 5? Austria are also getting 5. I don't know why Spain are only getting 4. But we're up in 3rd here. So that's big. That's huge. We must have done something in Europe. Let's look at the Conference League. And we have Sturm Graz with a win. 3-0. None of our players, player of the match. Centre mid 1. 4 key passes and 2 assists. Centre mid 2 and centre mid 3. So they are playing all 3 of them. None of them scored. But they've won 3-0. Okay, Europa League. Oh, hang on. And we also got to the final here. Austria Vienna losing to Spurs. So we are getting representation here in the Conference League. The Europa League. Rapid beat Juventus in 2031-32. No one else has got to a final. But we did have 2 final appearances back here. Anything in the Champions League then? Lask have just beaten Liverpool. Have you ever seen anything like it? Inside 10 years. Daniel Silva with a brace and Samuele Vignato. 2 key passes, so 2 assists and 4 key passes for Linza centre mid 2. Centre mid 3 is playing as a right back and centre mid 1 is, I can only assume, injured. I mean, he played plenty of games. So I don't know why he's not featured in that Champions League final. He must have had a knock. But hey, we've got a Champions League already. That kind of unheard of in these experiments. But I guess that having 3 players does help. I mean, they've even signed bloody Todibo. Let's have a look at some of the other teams. So yeah, first in the Championship playoff. Any other big names? Current ability. 160. Danilo Ramirez. Wow, he's a youngster. 160. A regen, should I say. Divine Wrench. Decent player. Aaron Hickey. Wow. Signed for free from Brentford. He's wanted by Al Hilal. Martin Vittick's over here, as well as Todibo, as we've already seen. And there we go then. Right, okay, so time. Check in on the national team. And we are currently first. Sebastian Hoeneß is in charge. I think Big Ralph, he's missed his mark. He's missed his mark. And look at that. In 2033, we've won the International League 4-0 against the Netherlands. Qualification for the World Cup, a 6-0 and a 5-0 there. So we're last here in 2028, and we were going to go into the Euros, where we've lost in the quarter-final to Italy, 3-2. Lost to Turkey in the group stage, beating Germany, though, and Wales, and then we beat Poland in the second round. Lost in the International League final to France there, but the World Cup qualification seemed like a breeze, and it was, and we've gone on and won it. We've won the World Cup, look at that, 16-0 against Suriname, 10-0 against Nigeria, 8-0 against Sweden, 3-0 against Belgium, 8-0 against England in the quarter-final, 4-1 against Ivory Coast in the semi-final, and then 3-0 against France in the World Cup final. And then we've walked the qualification for the Euros, as we've just seen, and we've gone and won that. Oh my word, look at the state of that. Beating Netherlands in the final, 11-0. We could watch these goals if we wanted. So how many centre mids? Look, we've retrained, so we've got a left back, 2 centre backs, and a right back, all central midfielders. Of course, defensive midfield and attacking midfield are our players, and we've got a player up front. Weirdly, the 2 players that have been retrained to play as wingers haven't been called up and played in the squad. But they could have had an entire outfield 10. But like Salzburg centre mid 2 with 4. All the goals here are coming from the central midfield. I mean, Jayhuahua with the own goal there in 72 minutes. 11-0. an absolute whitewash. And I feel like this is going to be kind of much of a muchness going out through this experiment. We've already won a Champions League, we've already won a Europa League, and we've already won a Conference League. We've won the Euros and the World Cup. We've basically completed it, mate. But we've still got 20 years to go of the main sim, and then we've gone on further. So in a bid to try and make one of these videos a little bit shorter than usual and condense on the waffle, we're going to do 10-year jumps now. I'm going to jump 10 years to 2043, and then again in 2053. So let's go to 2043 right now. Oh my God, look, in the main shortlist, Benjamin Sagnier, 17 years old, attacking midfield left, a 200 potential ability player with a professional personality. Interesting. I'll check in on him in 2053 and see if he is at 200, because he'll be 27. I can't see him not being, unless he gets ruined. In terms of the shortlist then, oh my word, look at this guy. Talk about versatility. Where'd you play? Yes. And again, oh my God, even worse. These guys have just been retrained within each of their lives. I mean, I suppose I've got 20 versatility on, and maybe I should have drummed down the versatility. It is what it is. It is what it is. A load of them can play centre-back. They can all play centre-back now. Full-backs as well, central forwards, wingers as well. Yeah. Austrian Premier Division, up in 5th. Well, the 10 years now, isn't it? Sorry, excuse me. Tyrol won one, Lask have won loads, and Austria Vienna have won a couple. Nice. I wonder how many teams are getting in the Champions League now. Oh, Europe is just the same, 8 teams. Oof. I mean, this team obviously haven't got any players because they haven't got a note either. But that's hilarious. 5 points. They won one game all season, beating Austria Lustenau, who finished 7th. Okay. Still top of the scorers charts. I mean, player of the season's always been a central midfielder. I wonder if it's been a top goal scorer. Yeah, pretty much always a central midfielder. Yep, 30 for this guy. I mean, he probably is playing up front. Yeah, he was. Well, this guy's just been sold to Man City for £211 million. Big transfers are going away, but look at this. An internal Salzburg to Tyrol, £87 million. Nice. Okay. How are we doing in the Conference League then? Well, we've won 4 in the last 10 years. And it took us till year 6 of this last decade to actually win one. And we won 4 in a row. Rapid, Austria Vienna, Wolfsberger, and Austria Klagenfurt. Any of them go on to win the Europa League? No, they didn't. But in the last decade, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Europa Leagues. Runner-up twice as well. Once it was an all-Austrian final. The European domination is well underway. Austria Lustenau doing brilliantly back here. Champions League then? Well, I mean, again, an all-Austrian final here. Lask versus Rapid. Lask are the only team to win 5 in total. Salzburg run up to Real Madrid 2 seasons ago. Been a few seasons since Lask won, but they've won 5. They are obviously the best team. In terms of real people, I mean, in 2043, there's going to be none left, is there? 20 years on. Even like Lamine Yamal's probably retiring. I bet we're going to be winning Ballon d'Ors as well at some point. But Linzer Athletic Sport Club, LASK, absolutely representing. And of course, I'm sure the national team is going to be first. It is. Jacob Niestrup's in charge. Jurgen Klopp was here for nearly 4 years. Oh, he's won a World Cup. Oh, of course he has. They've all... let's have a look. Is Ralph still about? I bet he's not. No. So he never became the Austria manager, which is disappointing. Very disappointing. But yeah, there we go. We won the Euros in 2032. 33, we qualified for the World Cup with ease and went on to win it without conceding a goal. 9-0, 9-0, 10-0, 12-0, 8-0, 5-0, 9-0, 6-0. How many goals is that? I'll go over to do the maths. Dominated the Euros yet again. 10-0 against Greece in the quarter-final, the standout performance. But winning in the final 8-1 against France. Carl Lesource. What a name. What a name. World Cup qualification and World Cup winning once again. A 16-0 against Israel, a 13-0 against Suriname. And just, I mean, Italy were the best team we played in the knockout stages, but realistically, it was probably quite an easy path. Turkey in the final there. But we've just absolutely dominated. And the Euros again, another win. And again, the World Cup, wow. 16-0, 11-0, 11-0, 15-0. Award winners. The Golden Boot has been won by... And this guy got 17 in a World Cup. That's unbelievable. And to be fair, he got 9 the tournament before. We were the top 3 goal scorers there. And again, in the most recent tournament, 10-10-9. I think 3 central midfielders is probably a little bit too overpowered, especially considering the league was already 10th to begin with. So maybe if I do this again, I was thinking about doing this with San Marino with a couple of different positions, like one player in each position, centre-back, centre-field, centre-forward. I wonder if that would make them dominate. Probably would. Might be interesting to do, though. We all love a San Marino experiment, don't we? Well, I know I certainly do. Anyway, so we're absolutely dominated in terms of world football. We're actually doing really well in terms of domestic football. Still only 5th, though, in the competition reputation. I wonder if that's going to change by 2053. Let's go there and find that out right now. Yeah, we've already seen the change of position for all of them, so there's not really much point in clicking and having a look around elsewhere. But yeah, it's much of a muchness. The Austrian First Division. Don't know why I've gone to the First Division again for a second. I was like, what's happened here? No, there we go. We're second. Second in terms of competition reputation, which is absolutely brilliant. And 9 teams have qualified for Europe this time. Maybe because we've won a Europa League or something. Maybe Tyrol have won a Europa League. We'll go and see that in a moment. LASK doing very well. Sturm Graz have won 1. Wolfsberger, Salzburg, Blau, Wies, Linz, and Austria Lustenau as well. In terms of stadiums, I didn't really check the stadiums to begin with, but this stadium, the LASK stadium, was built in 2052, so it's very new indeed at 56,000 capacity. In terms of transfers, a lot going out, a lot coming in as well. In terms of fans, I thought there might be a bit more. Look at this guy, Benjamin Sagnier, going to Manchester United for 191 million, including add-ons. Oh yeah, Benjamin Sagnier. I just said he's gone to Manchester United. He was the guy, wasn't he, at Rennes? He actually got signed for 166 million by LASK, and then got sold for 191 million to United. He's 27 years old, as we said, and he is at that 200 potential ability and current ability. Sorry, yeah, there you go. Well, fair play. He did make it. United have also got this guy, 142 million pound for Marseille. United must be doing pretty well. They have won the league the last 3 years in a row, taking back over from City's domination. Have they managed to do anything in Europe though? Probably not. We'll look at the Conference League. Conference League's a bit disappointing, to be honest. 4 in the last decade, a couple of runners up. But I suppose the team's probably not that strong, and we've not got that many representatives in it. So the Europa League is where we're really thriving. I think we've won it. I don't know if Chelsea had won it last time we were here, because it came back in 2043, so they didn't. They won it the first season. Then the rest of them, the rest of the 9 seasons has been won by us. An All-Austria final as well. But yeah, Champions League. Anyone else apart from LASK? Yes, Salzburg, Sturm Graz, but of course LASK can't be outdone. Another 5 for them. And we've had runners-up for LASK, Salzburg, Austria Klagenfurt, Bleiswitz, Blau, Weiss, Linz, and Sturm Graz again being mentioned. The LASK have obviously done the best here. 10 Champions Leagues. They've got £75 million in the bank. They've got a season budget of £203 million. The board are backing them. They're about to lose all their players. Before we go and check out what happened after the fact, though, we will just look in on the Austrian national team. We've got Maximilian Oehrlich in charge, still first. And I'm telling you now, we've won absolutely everything along the way. There we go. We won that 2042. We'd already seen this. It was a 3-0 against Spain in the final, actually. Euros, again, another win. Have quite a muted start. 2-0, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. Then 13-0 against Slovenia, we came to party. Then 6-0 against Germany in the semis, and then a 3-0 win against England in the final. The World Cup, 13-0 against Denmark in the semis. 6-2 against England in the final. Euros again, another win. And what? Maybe because a lot of the players have retired from international football and we're not managing to fill out an entire squad. But in 2050, we not only didn't win in the semi-final, losing to the USA in extra time, we then lost the 3rd place playoff to Germany. Okay, Euros. Okay, we went on and won the Euros, but we lost in the group to Portugal. Very interesting. 3 centre mids there, a striker, and 2 there. Okay, so we're starting to have to play players that aren't our perfect players. That might be the last trophy to win, unless they carry on in Saudi Arabia before the full season and just have one more international tournament. We might have one more World Cup in us, but it'll be interesting to see how the league does now all the players will leave. Because we're already up in second. We've won a lot of Champions Leagues. Let's crack on. So let's go and look at Ballon d'Ors first. Let's look at the Golden Ball, because I want to see if anyone's won it. I'm sure someone has. So it was all about Kylian Mbappe for many years, and Jude Bellingham and Facundo Buonanotte, twice for Brighton. He was playing for Brighton for his entire career, and all they've won is a Conference League in 2024. So he won 2 in a row, for Franco Mastantuono, played for Chelsea. Vitor Roque with a couple, Karim Migueni, Alexi Cristaldo. Oh, none of our players have won it. Well, that's underwhelming. Oh dear. Right, okay. 2053. Let's go to the end of when I simulated 2. We've got a good few years more simmed. See how they cope with the loss of the players and the finances that come in. Of course, they're all gone. But let's have a look at who the best players in the world are currently. Tom Schneider for Barcelona, who is actually Austrian. funnily enough. £185 million signing from Sturm Graz. Christian Duganzic, a Croatian who is at 192, who plays for Lask. Signed for 85 million from Al Riyadh. Ivan Hedji for Chelsea. We've got to go all the way down here to Dejan Jovanovic, a Serbian who is also playing for Lask, a £69 million signing from Al Fatah. Lask again, Luciano Kor. Right, let's go look at the Austrian Premier League. Down in fourth. It's down in fourth. Lask seem to be the team that are dominating the most, to be perfectly honest. They've only got £10 million in the bank. Joel Harto is in charge, which I think is hilarious. And the Conference League. Yep, so in the last 10 years, nothing. Since we lost those players, absolutely nothing. We did win the Europa League. Did I say 10 years? 15 years, excuse me. 2053 was when they left. Yeah, it's been 15 years. In that 15 years, though, we have won 3 Europa Leagues, Rapid, Sturm Graz and Austria Lustenau, with 3 runners-up, Lask, Sturm Graz and Blau-Weiss Linz. Lask in the Europa League here. Doesn't bode well, does it? They did win a Champions League against Borussia Dortmund in 64-65. They also came run up to Liverpool in 61-62 and to Barcelona in 57-58. Other than that, we have not won another Champions League. So just 1 Champions League and, 3 Europa Leagues since we were last here. What about the international team then? They've been first for a long time. They're now down in 6th. And did we win that final World Cup? We did. We did win that final World Cup. Some of the players did hang on, just played that last tournament. I'm sure they all retired after this at 54 years old. And we got to the semi-final of the Euros the following time against Belgium. So despite the fact that none of our great players were still there, maybe we've helped elevate the nation and elevate the reputation, so more players are coming through in terms of the dynamic youth rating. Generated players is only at 91 though, so to get into the semi-finals of the Euros there, pretty impressive. Although it was not as confident as it has been previously. Sneaking past Germany 1-0, a 1-1 against Sweden, drawing against Spain and winning on penalties, and then a 2-1 unconvincing win against Turkey. Then the World Cup got lost in the round of 16 to Germany on pens. Euros out in the second round to England. Quarter-final to Serbia in the World Cup following tournament, 2062. In 64, out in the quarters to Italy. 66, lost to Portugal in the World Cup quarter-final. And here we are in 68, about to go into the Euros. So the European past winners. Austria won 6 Euros in a row. God, Bosnia and Herzegovina run up there against France in 2060. Didn't expect to see that. 6 World Cups as well. USA winning the World Cup in between in 2050. That's insane, to be perfectly honest. They've done nothing with USA in this experiment. So the fact they've gone on had a golden generation and won the World Cup, fair play to them. Fair play to them indeed. Chile, Belgium and England have also won the World Cup. And that's it. So no Ballon d'Ors, loads of trophies, loads of domination. I think 3 players was probably a little bit too much, especially with 20 versatility. But hey, it was a fun one. We wanted Ralph to be in charge, and he wasn't, so it was a failure on that side of things. But I hope you had a good time regardless. I quite enjoyed this one. Hopefully it's been a bit shorter for you as well, so you can get on with your day. Or go and watch this video, which I'm sure is another one of me waffling, rambling, and going off topic a hell of a lot. Hope you enjoyed. Take good care of yourselves. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. The outro was all over the place, wasn't it? Got to sneak in a bit of a shambles somewhere. See you soon.